this is Star with Star Aromas Designs, and I just wanted to share with you a quick tutorial on using my Design Ambassador kit from Jesse James Beads. I'm going to be using the Desert Oasis connector right here. I'm also going to be using some beads from the Pantone Duo Inspiration Bead Mix in Illuminating and Ultimate Grey, these three. And then these are some check glass beads right here. And these are just some yellow glass beads, 3 spacer beads, and 3 feather charms from my stash. You're also going to need round nose pliers, flush cutters, and some flat nose pliers. I am using, this is about a 12-inch strand of wire that is from Hobby Lobby, and it's 20 gauge wire. We're going to be making some dangles for our pendant right here. We're going to be making a necklace. And you are also going to need some chain, and the chain is whatever you choose. I'm just making a simple pendant for a simple necklace. So let's get started. I've already put a jump ring on my pendant. I may change that and use a bigger one. I haven't really decided yet. But first, we're going to make one of our dangles. We're going to make our middle dangle first. So we're going to make a wire wrapped loop. Let's move these out of the way. We're going to make a wire wrapped loop, and we got to make it pretty big because we're going to attach it right here. So I'm using this part of my plier, and I'm just spinning it around till it comes together. And I'm going to take my thumb and pop it out so it looks like this. And before I close it up, I'm going to put it on my pendant, just like this. And now we're going to take our chain nose, flat nose, whichever one you have, and we're going to do this right here. And we're just going to wrap it around. And if you do not have like finger strength, you can use another set of pliers. I just use my fingers because it's easier for me. And I'm going to make about 3 loops. So this is what we have here. Okay, and we're going to trim that off. Make sure you're trimming just your little piece of wire that's hanging. And then you see we have this right here. And we're going to just squish that down because you don't want it to pull your clothing or anything like that. So we're just going to squish it down. And so this is what we have. Just like this. Okay, and now I'm going to put my beads on. I'm going to be putting one of these check glass beads. I need to zoom in a little. One of these check glass beads, a bumpy spacer bead, and our oval yellow bead from the bead mix. I'm just going to put it on just like that. So this is what we have. Just like this. Okay. Now we're going to make another wire wrapped loop. Let's see. And since we're going to be attaching this leaf, the feather, sorry. And since this one goes like this, look at it. Since this one is going to go like this, we need to make our loop go side to side. So I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to stretch this out a little. I'm going to hold it up, and I'm going to bend it to the side, just like this. All I did was I bent it to the side. And now we're going to make another wire wrapped loop. So I'm just going to fold it up and over, turn our pliers, and bring that, that wire on around, just like this. And before we close it up, we're going to put on our feather. Just like this. So now we have, I'm going to cut my wire. It's a little long. And you don't have to use a 12-inch piece. Sometimes I like to use a little extra because I'd rather have too much than not enough. So you're going to grab it with your pliers again, just like this. just like this, and we're just going to wrap it around. And we're just wrapping it until we get to the back. And you're going to close it off on the back, just like this. And we're going to trim it off, and we're going to squish it down. And try not to crack your glass bead. So this is what we have. We have our dangle, and now we're going to make 2 more. And I have another piece of wire. This one's a little shorter than the first one. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to zoom out. We are going to make a wire wrapped loop. So just going to make a wire wrapped loop just like this. We're going to put it in here, just like that, and we're going to hold it together like we did, and we're just going to wrap around about 3 times. 2, and whoops, this one's going to be a little hard. And these, since they're spaced out, I'm just going to take my pliers and I'm just going to push it together. Just like that, okay? And we're going to trim this little tail off. And don't forget, we're going to squish it down again. Okay? So now we're going to do this again. We're going to put our little check bead, our bumpy spacer, and this time we're going to incorporate the yellow glass bead. These 3 are from my stash, like I said, and then we're also going to put on this, just like this. And this is what we have. And remember, we're going to bend it to the side so that we can put on our feather. Up and over and around just like this. We're going to open that a little bit, just a little, so that we can put on our feather charm just like that, and then we're going to close it up. We're just wrapping it around a couple of times. Go to the back, just like that. Cut it off again. And we're going to smush it down. Okay, so here's what we have now. And now we're going to do 1 more. And we have this piece of wire. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a wire wrapped loop. This, slip it on. I almost got my flush cutters. We don't want to do that. And we're just going to wrap it around 3 times. And this one, since I got it too short, we're just going to help it on around with our pliers. When you have it and it's too short, you can just use your pliers to help it out and help it on around, just like that. And since this one is real short, I'm just going to wrap it on around and tuck it in. And you can see it right there. Just going to squish it down. Okay, we're going to do the same thing as we did the other one. We're going to put on our check bead, our spacer bead, our glass bead, and our big bead. And this one, we're just gonna fold it over, and we're going to put it about halfway up and over and around, just like that. We'll slip on our feather charm. We're just going to hold it just like this, and we're just going to wrap. And like I said, this can be messy wraps. I like messy wraps. I don't necessarily like them perfect, but if you do, by all means, make it perfect. I mean, I like the boho style, so I need to wrap that one more time. One more time. There we go. I like the boho style, so I like the little messy. It doesn't have to be perfect. And there is our pendant, just like this. Just a little. Gonna look at it. Whoops. Gonna look at it and adjust it if you need to. That's what it looks like. Okay, we're gonna see if we can. Now, how I measure my chain, I measure it against myself. You can measure it however you want to. My chain that I just cut, 31 inches. I cut my chain to 31 inches. And I like the multi-color metals. So I'm using a bronze chain. And what we're going to do is to find the middle, of it, we're just going to take an eye pin or head pin, and you're going to put the two links together, and you're going to pull with your fingers down it, just like this, just till you get to the middle. And the middle link is right here, and we're going to put our let me see, let me do this. Well, I dropped it. We're going to put our head pin in that hole right there so that we know where the middle is. And we're going to open up our jump ring. You can make this free flowing to where it goes back and forth, or you can put it stationary. And I'm going to put it stationary on my necklace. Just opening it up. And we're going to put it on that middle link. And there we go. Nope, it's backwards. And there's our chain. So now we're going to put a clasp on our chain. And I'm just going to use a lobster clasp and a gold jump ring. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm not going to put an extender. Let's see, I'm trying to get several different sizes out here. Okay, we're going to use this one. This one's about a 4 or 6 millimeter, and this one's an 8 millimeter. Okay, let me find a gold clasp. You know what, we're just going to use that one. Going to open this jump ring up, and we're going to hook it on to one side, and we're going to put on our lobster clasp, and then the other side we're going to take our bigger jump ring, and we're going to put it on. And if your lobster clasp get stuck sometimes, which is possible, you just hook it on, and there we have it. Here is our necklace. Just like that. It's our necklace. Real simple. Simple and easy. It didn't take that long to make it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd love to have you as a member of my YouTube family, and share this video with your friends and family. And I hope y'all have a blessed, fabulous day. Remember, don't let anyone dull your sparkle, and you were born to shine. I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.